I came home early and found my parents packing for an unexpected move. Before we begin the story, make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss more incredible stories every day. I walk into my childhood house and the first thing I see is my dad's passport on the kitchen table, open, like he's mid-checkout at an airport. Next to it are two more passports, a thick rubber-banded stack of cash, and a roll of blue painter's tape that says Tom's Clothes in my mom's handwriting. It smells like cardboard and lemon cleaner, the way it always does right before company comes over. Except there's no company. There are boxes everywhere. The couch is naked. Picture frames are face down. Every drawer is half open like the house is being searched. I'm Roger, 29, and I'm supposed to be at work until 6, but my shop's power goes out and the owner sends everyone home early. I swing by because my mom texted me this morning about picking up that spare key you never returned, and because, stupidly, I still think of this place as mine too. From the hallway, I hear the fast rip of tape and my mom's voice. No, not that box. That's important. I step into the living room. My dad, Tom, is on his knees folding clothes into a suitcase like he's trying not to make noise. My mom, Mary Ann, is wrapping plates and towels with the kind of focus she usually saves for church potlucks. Both of them freeze when they see me. Roger. Mom's smile flashes on like a porch light. What are you doing here? I got off early. Well, what is this? I wave at the boxes like I'm on a game show. Are you moving? Dad's eyes flick to the passports. He reaches for them too fast and knocks one off the table. It lands open on the floor. The picture is my mom, but the last name isn't ours. Mom steps between me and the table. It's nothing. Just reorganizing. Reorganizing with suitcases? She lowers her voice, sweet but sharp. Don't start, Roger. Not today. Dad finally looks at me. His face is gray around the mouth. Go home, he says, and it comes out like a warning. Why do you have 3 passports? I ask, and my throat goes tight because I already know the answer isn't normal. Mom's hand clamps around my wrist, nails digging in. You didn't see anything, she whispers, and you're not going upstairs. Then I notice my own name on a shipping label in the hallway. I grow up in a house where questions are treated like insults. My mom is the kind of woman who hugs you in the grocery store and calls you honey in front of strangers, but at home her love has terms and conditions. She keeps lists. She remembers everything. If you argue, she doesn't yell. She gets quiet, and you spend the next 3 days apologizing to a wall. My dad is the opposite. Tom floats through life like he's trying not to bump into anything. When mom speaks, dad nods. When mom decides, dad agrees. When something goes wrong, dad disappears into the garage and fixes things he doesn't need to fix. Growing up, I thought that's what being a good husband looked like. My sister Kayla moves out at 18 and never really leaves. She's 32 now, married to a guy who thinks he's above manual labor, and she still calls mom every day. Kayla is loyal in the way a scared person is loyal. She defends my parents like she's guarding the only raft in the ocean. As for me, I do my best to build a life that doesn't need them. I'm a mechanic in Columbus. I rent a tiny apartment, and I keep my important stuff, birth certificate, social security card, tax returns, in a fireproof box because I learned early that this family doesn't do boundaries. They do access. 2 Sundays ago, mom has me over for dinner like normal. Pot roast. Her good plates. Dad makes his joke about my grease monkey hands. Everything feels fine until I mention I'm thinking about applying for a mortgage pre-approval next year. Mom smiles too hard. That's ambitious. Dad clears his throat and stares at his mashed potatoes. Kayla kicks me under the table like I said something obscene. After dinner, mom wraps leftovers and presses them into my arms. Just don't rush into anything financial, she says, still smiling. The economy is unpredictable. I laugh because what does my mom know about the economy? She's never had a job outside the house. Now I'm standing in the same dining room, watching her tape up boxes like she's racing a clock, and I finally understand why that dinner fell off. It wasn't advice. It was a warning. Upstairs, a door slams, and Kayla's voice cuts through the house. Is he here already? Kayla comes down holding my fireproof box like it's hers. Why do you have my box? I ask Kayla. She hugs it to her chest. Mom told me to grab it. You're always losing things. I'm literally looking at it in your arms. Mom's voice goes bright. Roger, stop making everything hostile. We're dealing with a situation. What situation? I step closer, and Kayla backs up like I'm the threat. Why is the house packed? Why are there passports on the table? Dad tries to laugh and fails. We're taking a little trip. A trip with moving boxes? I point at the painter's tape labels. Why is there one that says sell? Mom cuts in before Dad can answer. Okay, fine. We're downsizing. The market is good. We're making a smart choice. That's not a trip, I say. That's moving. She lifts a hand like she's calming a dog. And we were going to tell you. We just didn't want you to worry. I'm worried now. Kayla sets my box on the stairs and rolls her eyes. You always do this. You always think you're entitled to my own documents. I snap. What were you doing in my box, Kayla? Kayla's cheeks go red. Nothing. Dad finally speaks, soft and shaky. Roger, please. You don't understand. It's safer if you don't. Safer. The word hits wrong. Safer from what? Mom's smile disappears. From you stirring things up. From you making phone calls and asking questions and turning a private family matter into a spectacle. I'm not the one packing like we're fleeing the country. I say, and my voice cracks on the last word. Mom walks to the kitchen and pulls open a drawer. She takes out a manila envelope and holds it up like a shield. Here. Proof. We sold the house. It's done. We close next month. I grab the envelope. Inside is a printout of an email confirmation. The subject line says, closing scheduled, December 20th, 2025. Yesterday. My hands start to shake. You already closed. Dad's eyes drop to the floor. Mom's jaw tightens. Kayla whispers, I told you he'd freak out. On the bottom of the email is a note in my mom's handwriting. Forward mail to 1148 Willow Ridge. Start December 21st. And Willow Ridge is the address of a storage facility, not a home. I stare at the email until the words blur. Closing scheduled. Closed yesterday. Mail forwarded starting today. You sold it without telling me. I ask. Mom snatches the papers back. It's not your house, Roger. It's the house I grew up in. And we are allowed to make decisions, she says, voice tight. This is exactly why we didn't tell you. You make everything about you. Dad's hands tremble as he tapes a box shut. Please don't. Don't what? I'm not even yelling, but my heart is pounding like I am. Don't react to my parents vanishing overnight. Kayla crosses her arms. They're not vanishing. They're moving, like adults do. To a storage unit, I say, and Kayla flinches like I slapped her. Mom steps close enough that I can smell her perfume. Listen to me. We are handling it. You are going to go back to your apartment, and you are not going to call anyone. No bank. No realtor. No police. Do you hear me? The word police lands like a dropped plate. I turn and walk to the front window. The street looks normal. Kids on bikes, a dog barking, December light turning everything pale. But across the lawn, the for sale sign is gone, stake ripped out. I grab my jacket and step onto the porch. Cold air bites my face. A moving truck is parked 2 houses down, engine idling, but it's unmarked, no company name. 2 guys in hoodies are smoking and watching our driveway like they're waiting for a signal. Roger. Mom hisses behind me. Get back inside. Mr. Patel's front door opens. He's in slippers, holding his newspaper like a weapon. He sees me and his eyebrows lift. Beta, he calls softly. You come home early? I walk toward him because I suddenly need someone sane. Did you see anything weird? Like a realtor? A moving company? He glances at my house, then back at me. I see a lot. Your mother, she is not smiling today. That's normal, I mutter. He leans in. 2 men came yesterday. Not realtor. Not movers. They bring a briefcase. Your father, he looked sick. Then I hear your mother say, we pay today or we disappear. My stomach drops. Pay who? Mr. Patel's gaze flicks to the truck. The kind of people you do not invite inside. Dad's eyes lock on the street as a car door slams nearby. The slam comes again. Another door, another car. Mom's hand clamps on my elbow and drags me back inside like I'm 12. Upstairs. Now, she says. I'm not. You are not staying here, she cuts in. You're not seeing them. You're not talking to anyone. Do you understand? Dad stands in the hallway, blocking the stairs, sweating through his t-shirt. Kayla is behind him, eyes wide and wet. Nobody looks at me like family. They look at me like liability. Who is them? I ask. Mom's lips thin. People we owe. People you will make angry if you keep prying. I'm already angry, I say, and my voice shakes. You sold the house behind my back. You're forwarding mail to a storage unit. You have passports with a different last name. And now there are guys outside watching the driveway. Dad swallows hard. Roger, please. Just go. Why are you acting like I'm the problem? I ask. I'm your son. Mom's eyes flick away, just for half a second, and that tiny movement slices through me. Kayla steps forward. You always think you're the hero, she says. And she's crying now, but she's still cruel. But you don't get it. You don't get what Mom had to do for us. For you. For me. I repeat. Mom opens the front closet and yanks out my old duffel bag, the one I used in high school. She throws it at my chest. Pack your things if you have anything here. Keys on the counter. And don't come back. You're kicking me out. My laugh comes out ugly. Of a house you already sold? Dad's voice cracks. It's just for tonight. Tonight. I echo. You're leaving tonight. Mom leans close, and the warmth she shows strangers is gone. If you love us, Roger, you will walk out that door and you will forget what you saw. I look at Dad, hoping he'll fight her. He doesn't. He looks past me, toward the window, toward the street. My throat burns. I drop my keys on the counter like she asked. The metal sound is small and final. As I step onto the porch, Mom locks the deadbolt behind me. From the driveway, one of the hoodie guys lifts his chin at me, like he's taking inventory. And I realize they aren't moving away from debt. They're moving away from me. I sit in my truck with my hands on the steering wheel, so hard my fingers go numb. For a minute, I just stare at the house. The curtains twitch. Shadows move. The unmarked truck down the street keeps idling. I'm waiting for someone to come running out yelling, just kidding. Like this is some insane surprise party. My phone buzzes. Chase alert. New inquiry on your credit report. Date, December 21st, 2025. Company, Ridgeway Lending LLC. I blink like the words will rearrange themselves. I haven't applied for anything. I don't even have a Chase account. I use my credit union. Another buzz. Text message, unknown number. Your package will be delivered today. Signature required. My stomach flips. Package. I open my duffel bag because it's the only thing I have from inside the house, and I don't even remember grabbing it. Under an old hoodie, I find my fireproof box, empty. The documents are gone. In their place is a white envelope, sealed, my name handwritten on the front. Except it's spelled wrong. Roger Larkin. Inside is a single key on a cheap plastic tag, 1148 Willow Ridge. No unit number. No note. Just the key and a folded receipt from a print shop dated December 5th, 2025 for passport photos, for sets. My mom has been planning this for at least 2 weeks. I call her. Straight to voicemail. I call Dad. Nothing. I call Kayla. It rings once and goes dead. Mr. Patel taps on my passenger window. I jump so hard I almost hit the horn. He stands there with a paper bag, face serious. I make you some chai, he says, like this is normal. Then he lowers his voice. Your father, he dropped something yesterday. In the gutter. I pick it up. He holds out a small card. It's laminated, like a library card, but it has a barcode and a unit number. Willow Ridge Storage, Unit 317. My heart thuds. Why are you giving me this? Mr. Patel's eyes are tired. Because your mother is a good woman, but she is also dangerous when she is afraid. I stare at the card, at the unit number, at my misspelled name, and I understand something cold. Whatever is happening involves me whether I agree or not. So I start the truck and point it toward Willow Ridge. The third buzz is a bank alert from an account I don't recognize. Willow Ridge is across town, but I don't go there first. I go straight to my credit union because that bank alert feels like a bomb countdown. I walk in wearing my work jacket, oil-stained, and the lobby music is some cheerful pop song that makes me want to scream. At the counter I say, my phone says there's an account in my name. I didn't open it. The teller asks for my ID, types for 10 seconds, and his face drains. 1 moment, sir. He vanishes into the back. A minute later a woman in a navy blazer appears. Mr. Larkin? I'm Dana, branch manager. Come with me. Her office smells like printer toner and peppermint gum. She closes the door and turns her screen toward me. There are multiple products associated with your social security number, she says. 2 credit cards, a line of credit, and a home equity loan. My lungs forget how to work. Home equity against what home? She types my parents' address. The screen fills with numbers and dates I've never seen. Dana points. Yesterday, December 20th, 2025, A wire transfer was sent for $48,600. From the house. My voice sounds far away. From the home equity account, she says. And it was authorized in person. In person? I repeat. By who? Dana hesitates the way people do before they tell you your dog is dead. The signature card on file is yours. It's not. I say instantly. That's not my handwriting. She clicks open the scanned signature. It's my name, but wrong. Too slow, too careful, like someone tracing over my life. Under it is a photocopy of my social security card and a second ID I've never seen. My face, but with darker hair and a different weight. Dana says quietly, "Someone has been impersonating you." I grip the arms of the chair. How long has this been going on? She scrolls. The earliest activity is 2017. 8 years of my adulthood, quietly siphoned. I whisper, "Do you know who did it?" Dana doesn't answer directly. She just says, "Your mother, Mary Ann, has been in this branch before." That's impossible, I say. She doesn't bank here. Dana meets my eyes. Not under your last name. My phone buzzes with a new voicemail transcription from Mom. "If you go to Willow Ridge, you will ruin us." Dana slides a fraud form toward me, and my hand won't move. I don't sign the fraud form. Not yet. The second I involve authorities, my parents become criminals in a way that can't be walked back. I'm not ready to watch my dad in handcuffs because my mom panicked. So I tell Dana, freeze everything. Put alerts on it. Don't let any more money move. She nods and hands me a sheet of phone numbers. Credit freeze with all 3 bureaus, she says. And pull your full report today. In the parking lot, I scroll my credit app until my vision blurs. Cards I never opened, a loan from last year I never saw, addresses that aren't mine. The other addresses section lists one that punches the air out of me. 1148 Willow Ridge. At the storage facility, the office is a glass box with a bored kid behind the counter. I slide Mr. Patel's laminated card across. "I need Unit 317, I say. He squints. "Name? Roger Larkin." He types, then turns the screen slightly. "You're not on this account." The account holder name flashes back at me. Roger Varga. Not Larkin. Varga, like the name on the passport that hit the floor. "That's my mom's maiden name," I whisper. The kid shrugs. "Only the account holder can access." He adds, quieter, "If you force it, the alarm trips and we call cops." I swallow. I'm not here to steal. I'm here to find out what my parents did. "I have the key," I say, voice tight. "Can you tell me when it was rented?" He hesitates, then mutters, "December 1st. Paid 6 months up front. Cash." 6 months. They aren't relocating. They're disappearing. Out in the rows of metal doors, I find 317 and my hands shake so hard I drop the key once. The lock clicks open on the second try. The door rattles up, and the first thing I see isn't furniture. It's a framed photo of me, my senior year picture, propped against a suitcase stuffed with cash. Behind it are stacks of envelopes with my name, Kayla's name, and a third name I don't recognize. On top of everything sits a black handgun case. My phone rings, and Kayla's name finally lights up the screen. I let it ring out. I can't talk to Kayla while staring at a gun case like it's part of a family scrapbook. Inside the unit, everything is organized in a way that makes my skin crawl. Boxes labeled with neat Sharpie. Kitchen, Tom, Mary Ann, Kayla. Then a separate stack, Roger, with the wrong spelling again. I open the handgun case with my thumb hovering like it's going to bite. It's empty. No gun. Just foam cutouts and a small zippered pouch. In the pouch, a flash drive and a ring of keys. One has a tiny red tag that says safe. My mouth goes dry. I set my senior photo down, and it reveals a folder underneath, thick with paper. The top page is a bank statement from an account that isn't mine, but my social security number is printed in the header like a signature. Balance, $62,114. 19. Below it are wire receipts. One dated December 20th, 2025 for $48,600, the exact amount Dana showed me. Another from November 14th, 2025 for $9,000. Another from July 3rd, 2024 for $15,500. Each one has the same shaky imitation of my signature. I flip the stack and find a credit card application with a photocopy of my driver's license taped to it. Except it's not my license. Same face, different height, different address. Someone has literally built an alternate version of me. Then I find the page that makes my hands go numb. A birth certificate. Name, Roger Michael Varga. Mother, Marianne Varga. Father, blank. The county seal is real. The paper is real. The date is my birth date, but the last name isn't. I've always joked that my family is weird about paperwork, like it's a quirky thing. But this isn't quirky. This is a second identity. I hear my own breathing in the metal box of the unit, loud and panicked. I want to call my mom and scream, but I also want to curl up between the boxes and disappear with them. At the back of the unit is a filing cabinet I've never seen in my life. It's locked. The red tag key fits. Inside are 3 manila envelopes marked with dates in my mom's handwriting. 2017, 2019, 2023. I opened 2017 and the first page is titled, Plan If Roger Finds Out. My vision tunnels as I read the first line, and it's about me. I don't take the envelopes with me. I should. I know I should. But my whole body is buzzing like I'm standing too close to a live wire. So I snap photos, every statement, every wire receipt, the fake ID, the birth certificate, until my phone storage warning pops up. I lock the cabinet again, lower the metal door, and drive back to my apartment with the kind of focus you have when you're trying not to crash. By the time I get upstairs, it's dark. The hallway smells like cinnamon and someone's laundry detergent. Normal life, mocking me. I'm halfway through Googling credit freeze how fast when someone pounds on my door. Not a knock, a hammering. Roger, my mom's voice calls, too loud for the thin walls. Open up, please. My blood turns to ice. How did she get here this fast? I don't answer. The pounding turns into the doorknob rattling, like she's testing if I'm stupid enough to leave it unlocked. Dad's voice joins hers, low and angry. We know you went there. My stomach drops. How? Kayla's voice, shaky. Roger, just talk to us. So she is with them. Great. I crack the door with the chain on. All 3 of them are in the hallway like a firing squad. Mom's eyes are red, but her posture is straight, controlled grief, the kind she performs at funerals. Dad looks wrecked, sweat on his forehead. Kayla won't meet my eyes. Mom reaches for me, and the chain catches. Baby. Don't. I say. Don't call me that. Dad leans forward, and for once he isn't quiet. Did you open the cabinet? What cabinet? I lie automatically. Mom's face hardens. Stop. This isn't the time for your games. Her voice drops. You have no idea what you just stepped into. I have photos, I say, surprising myself. I have the wire receipts. I have the fake ID. I have a birth certificate with your maiden name on it. So either you tell me the truth right now, or I walk to the police station. Kayla flinches. Roger, please, don't. Mom hisses, Kayla, shut up. Dad takes a step closer, and his hands are shaking so badly I think he might hit me. If you do that, he says, you'll get us all killed. The hallway goes silent, except for the bakery fan downstairs. Then my phone rings in my pocket, Mr. Patel. And behind my parents, the elevator dings like perfect timing. The elevator doors slide open and Mrs. Henley from 3B steps out with a bag of groceries, takes one look at the scene, and freezes. My mom's public smile snaps back on immediately. Oh, hi, Mom says brightly. We're just having a family talk. Mrs. Henley murmurs something and hustles away. The interruption is small, but it shifts the energy. Dad steps back. Kayla wipes her face. For a second, they remember there are witnesses in the world. I answer Mr. Patel's call with my parents still standing there. Mr. Patel? His voice is urgent. Beta, the truck is here now. They load. Your mother, she is leaving tonight. Mom's eyes narrow. Who are you talking to? I keep my voice even. The neighbor. The one you can't charm. Dad's shoulders sag. Roger, please, he says, and suddenly he looks like my dad again. Just don't do anything rash. Rash is stealing $48,000 in my name. I say. Mom snaps. We didn't steal it. We borrowed it. From me? I shoot back. Kayla whispers. Mom, maybe we should just tell him. Mom rounds on her. No. That's when something in me hardens into a plan instead of a panic. I close the door in their faces, gently, because my hands are shaking, and I slide the deadbolt. I can hear Mom's sharp inhale on the other side. I call Dana back at the credit union. If I file a fraud report, I ask, does it immediately send police to my parents' house? It triggers an investigation, she says. Why? Because they're leaving tonight, I say. And because they're using my identity. And because there's a gun case in their storage unit. Dana goes quiet. If there's a weapon involved, you need to prioritize your safety. I want to do this smart, I say. I want proof they can't talk their way out of. So I spend the next hour freezing my credit, printing my screenshots, and setting my phone to record audio. Then I text Kayla one line. Meet me at Mom and Dad's in 30 minutes. Alone. She replies instantly. If you do this, Mom will never forgive you. I type back. She forgave herself years ago. In the driveway, the truck idles, and Mom is giving orders. Kayla's car is already there. She's by the mailbox, twisting her wedding ring like she's trying to unscrew it from her finger. When she sees me, her face goes tight with fear. Mom spots me and walks over fast. Roger, she says, too calm. Don't do this here. I'm doing it where the truth lives, I say. My phone records from my pocket. I can feel the vibration like a secret. Dad stands near the truck, hands in his pockets, shoulders slumped. Two men in hoodies keep loading boxes without speaking. The truck is unmarked. I hold up a printed wire receipt. $48, $600. Yesterday. From a loan in my name. Explain. Mom's jaw clenches. We didn't have a choice. You forged my signature, I say. You opened accounts in my name since 2017. Kayla's head snaps up. Since 2017? Her voice cracks. Mom, you told me it was recent. Dad exhales like he's been holding his breath for years. It started with one card, he admits. Then medical bills. Then he stops, eyes wet. What did you do? I ask. Mom answers for him, sharp. He gambled. He borrowed from someone who doesn't do patience. Dad whispers. I thought I could win it back. And when you didn't, I say. Mom used me to patch the holes. Mom steps closer, lowering her voice. My credit was destroyed a long time ago, Roger. Yours wasn't. So yes, I used it. I used Kayla's too. I used whatever kept the lights on and those men away from our door. Kayla makes a sound like she's choking. You used mine? Mom snaps. You wanted a wedding without debt, didn't you? Kayla's face floods with shame, and I understand. Kayla isn't just scared of scandal. She's scared the life she lives is paid for with my name. I pull up the photo of the birth certificate from my storage unit screenshots. Then explain this, I say. Why is your maiden name on my birth certificate? Why is my name spelled Roger? Dad goes pale. Mom's throat works. She stares at the paper like it's a gun. Then she says, flat and awful. Because you weren't supposed to exist as Roger Larkin. My knees go light. What does that mean? Mom's eyes finally meet mine. We changed your name when we took you, she says. And now the past found us. One of the hoodie men stops loading and looks straight at me. I don't wait for Mom to translate her own words into something softer. You took me, I say, loud enough that one of the movers glances over. What does that mean? Like adopted? Kidnapped? What? Mom's face tightens. Don't say that word. Dad's voice breaks. Roger, please. No. I pull my phone out so they can see the screen lit up with the recorder timer. Mom's eyes flick to it, and her nostrils flare. I'm done being managed. Kayla stares at the phone like it's a weapon. You recorded us? I recorded my life being stolen. I snap. Mom lunges for it. I step back. Touch me, and I go straight to the police. I say, and the fact that I can say it out loud shocks all of us. For a second, nobody speaks. The truck idles. Somewhere down the street, a dog barks. Then Dad looks at me with a kind of grief I've never seen. Your mother's sister, he says, voice low. She had a baby. There was an accident. And your mother. Mom cuts him off, furious. Tom, Dad keeps going anyway, like a dam cracked. She couldn't lose you too, he whispers to me. So she made paperwork. She changed names. She thought she was saving you. My stomach turns. Saving me by ruining my identity? Mom's eyes are wet now, but her voice stays hard. I kept you. I fed you. I raised you. And now you want to destroy us because of some paper? It's not paper, I say, shaking. It's my credit. My future. My job. It's me. I walk back to my truck with my legs wobbling, and I do the thing I couldn't do in Dana's office. I call the non-emergency police line. My hand shakes so badly I have to repeat my address twice. The dispatcher's tone shifts when I say identity theft and weapon case. She gives me a case number, CPD 25-184992, and tells me an officer can meet me at the station. Mom watches me make the call, and something in her face goes blank. Dad sinks onto the curb. Kayla starts sobbing. I drive to the station, file the report, and sign the affidavit with a pen that feels like it weighs 50 pounds. On my way out, I get an email confirmation from the credit bureaus. Freeze activated. December 21st, 2025, 9:47 p.m. When I get back to my apartment, there's a voicemail from an unknown number, transcribed in block letters. Stop digging, or your family doesn't make it to morning. I don't sleep. I sit on my couch with my laptop open, cycling between panic and paperwork like it's the only way to stay alive. I file an identity theft report with the FTC. I set up two-factor authentication on everything. I change my email password, then my bank password, then every password I can remember. I put a pin on my phone account because I suddenly understand how easy it is to become someone else. At 2:13 a.m., Dana emails me back. With a police report, we can attempt a wire recall. I forward her the case number and the screenshots of the forged signature. It feels like dropping evidence into a river and praying it reaches the right shore. At 3:40 a.m., I listen to the threat voicemail again and my hands go cold. The voice isn't my dad. It isn't my mom. It's not even Kayla. It's a stranger, calm and bored, like threatening my family is a routine errand. At 8 a.m., I go to the courthouse on a stomach full of black coffee and dread. The clerk at the window doesn't care about my feelings, which is weirdly comforting. She tells me what I can and can't file without a lawyer. I walk out with a stamped copy of my police report and a list of steps that look like a second job. Then I do the most important thing. I go back to Willow Ridge with the report in my hand. The same bored kid is working. He sees the paperwork and his whole posture changes. Okay, he says. We can put a lockout on the unit. No access without law enforcement present. Do it, I say. He types and prints a notice. Account flagged. Hold placed. December 22nd, 2025. He tapes it to the office window like a warning sign. For the first time since yesterday, I feel a small, clean click inside my chest. Control. In the parking lot, Mr. Patel calls. They leave, he says. Your mother, she cries. Your father, he looks like a ghost. Did they say where? I ask. No, Mr. Patel says. But they looked at the street like they expected someone. I drive past my parents' house anyway. The driveway is empty. The curtains are open. The whole place looks like it has already forgotten us. On my windshield is a folded piece of paper tucked under the wiper. My name is spelled right this time, and that scares me most. I don't know where my parents go after that note. I only know they're not in that house anymore, and I'm not in their story the way I thought I was. The paper under my wiper is one sentence in my mom's handwriting. If you love us, stop. No apology. No explanation. Just a command, like love is obedience. Back at my apartment, I do something that would have felt impossible yesterday. I text Kayla. Me. I'm not covering for you anymore. Kayla. I didn't know it was this. Me. You knew enough to take my box. Kayla. Mom said you'd leave if you found out. Me. Maybe she was right. She doesn't answer after that. Dana calls later. We initiated a recall request on the wire, she says. I can't promise anything, but the receiving bank has been notified. Thank you. I whisper, and I mean it like a prayer. I text Mom too, and my hands don't shake this time. Do not contact me directly. Any communication goes through the investigation. It's the first sentence I've ever written that she can't argue into a different meaning. I spend the rest of the day building a paper trail my mom can't rewrite. Screenshots printed. Dates highlighted. Copies backed up. I change every password. I lock my credit freezes so they stay locked until I lift them. I move my documents into a safe deposit box only I can access. Here's the part one hate admitting. I still love my dad. I still see him on the curb, shoulders caved in, like he's been waiting his whole life to be punished. I don't know if he's my mom's victim or her accomplice. Maybe both. If you're reading this and you have even one weird feeling, 1. Why is this letter in my name? 1. Why is my credit score dropping? One parent who gets too intense about money. Pull your credit report. Freeze it. Put a pin on your phone account. Keep your documents where nobody can help themselves. Because the worst part isn't the debt. The worst part is realizing your family can love you and still use you.